This week, Korea's ruling and opposition parties failed once more to break a deadlock over control of parliamentary committees more than a month since the second half of the Assembly's four-year term began. At the same time, a fast-tracked overhaul of prosecutors' investigative powers is opening new fault lines both between the parties and within the ruling camp itself. And today, our political correspondent Moon Hae-ryun joins us in the studio to tell us more. Welcome, Hae-ryun.
It's good to be here, Sejin.
Hae-ryun, so can you tell us what happened during the talks on committee leadership this week?
So another round of negotiations broke down on Tuesday afternoon, Sejin. Ruling Democratic Party floor leader Han Byung-do and his People Power Party counterpart Chung Jung-sik met under National Assembly Speaker Cho Jung-sik, but neither side moved. The talks stumbled on how to divide the Assembly's remaining 7 standing committee chairs. Speaker Cho, who has already delayed a resolution once this month, again pressed both parties to finish forming committees before Constitution Day this Friday. Chung left the meeting visibly frustrated, accusing the Democratic Party of pressuring the opposition rather than negotiating in good faith.
The DP should unilaterally amend the National Assembly Act so the largest party formally monopolizes all 18 chairs and take them that way. Stop pretending negotiations exist while using intimidation and pointless delay instead.
Han, for his part, maintains the DP has shown patience and the opposition hasn't reciprocated, pointing to its refusal to submit a committee member list. The DP already selected 11 of the 18 chairs unilaterally on June 30th, including the powerful Legislation and Judiciary Committee, prompting the PPP's continuing boycott of Assembly business.
And you just mentioned the Legislation and Judiciary Committee, so what's happening there right now?
And well, this is the next major front, and even without the opposition present, the DP has kept the Legislation and Judiciary Committee running. Its subcommittee began reviewing a bill that would abolish prosecutors' so-called Supplementary Investigation Authority, the power that lets a prosecutor step back into a police-led case and investigate further if gaps remain. The party argues removing this authority is the final piece of a broader prosecutorial reform launched last year, which already abolished the prosecution service's old structure and created separate agencies for indictment and major crime investigations.
Completing prosecutorial reform means finishing a criminal justice system that serves the public. Now, revising the Criminal Procedure Act to fully abolish Supplementary Investigation Authority will complete the final piece of prosecutorial reform.
But committee Democrats are also now weighing a significant addition to that bill, a new right to raise an objection for crime victims whose cases are under investigation, as well as strengthening victims' existing right to challenge police decisions not to refer a case for prosecution. The idea is to soften the impact of stripping prosecutors of their backstop authority by giving victims a more direct way to push back if an investigation stalls and to build their own case. The PPP still disagrees with the underlying bill and plans to introduce its own legislation preserving prosecutors' supplementary authority, warning that removing it concentrates too much power within the police.
I see. What's happening within the ruling party then?
So the DP is also gearing up for its own leadership contest. Former party leader Chung Cheong-rae declared his candidacy on Monday, completing a 5-way race for the August 17th convention alongside former Prime Minister Kim Min-seok and lawmakers Song Young-gil and Ko Min-jung, among others. That race has already produced friction over how the vote itself would be run, but the party Supreme Council and Party Affairs Committee both signed off on Wednesday on a preferential voting system for the leadership election, ending a factional disagreement that had drawn objections from lawmakers close to candidate Chung Cheong-rae. With that settled, the party has also locked in the rest of its convention rules. Candidates for party leader and Supreme Council seats registered on Thursday and Friday, and a preliminary primary starting on the 21st will narrow the field to 3 contenders for party leader and 8 for the Supreme Council. It's worth watching closely, as the party running the government, whoever emerges from this race, will shape how the DP wields its majority once committee formation is settled, including the pace of the very reform agenda we've been addressing tonight.
Thank you so much for your report today, Hae-ryun.
Thank you for having me.